Ladies and gentlemen, this ain't the Rumble, but you know that we are living royal. This is Eric and Knock of the West Coast POPCast here to bring y'all another episode of the greatest YouTube channel on YouTube. And you know why it's the greatest, Knock?
Why is it the greatest?
Because we got the greatest fans, we got the greatest people watching us week to week, leaving comments, joining the chat, and always giving us that OnlyFans tip. Now, Knock, how you doing?
I'm doing very well, man. That's a heck of an intro. The boys are back for another week. West Coast Podcast is here. One in, one out. Zach, he might not be on the show. Maybe he'll pop in here and there, maybe be in the chat. Keep an eye out. But Zach, the main man, might not be here this week. But the returning with, to my eyes, a fresh cut, fresh camera, Eric, the Infinity Champions on the channel.
You know it. You absolutely know it. I saw the episode y'all did last week. That was a great episode. If I had one note, though, you already know. Less TNA talk.
Man.
Less.
I don't think TNA. There was enough.
I saw the metrics, Knock. The second you said T, the views went down.
That's unreal.
Take away what the people don't want.
Hey, you can't spell Triton without T as in TNA.
I'll give you that one. I'll give you that point. That was a good one.
Oh man. Jumping in, of course, this is Wednesdays for our poppers. West Coast Podcast is here. Dynamite check in real quick. First one of the night, we have Diata and Tony Storm having a face-off on the stage, which is really cool because half the screen is in color for Diata, half the screen is in black and white for Tony, which is really cool to see.
That's clever. I'll give them that. That's pretty clever.
They're stepping it up, man. They're really showing some signs of production elevating, so good to see there. Eric, how's your week been, man? Anything pop culture, anything wrestling going on too?
Bro, I mean, the biggest and best thing to happen in pro wrestling happened. William Regal returned to hand the torch off to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's daughter, Ava, to be the youngest GM in WWE history. Forget NXT history.
Man, yeah, 22 years old, becoming GM. That was a surprise. I didn't expect to see Regal come back in that stage. I thought maybe we'd see him with his son.
I'm sorry, Knock. Speaking of surprises, it got a little hot in here. I'm not gonna lie, I'm getting the loosey-gooseys. I think we got the muscle man, the main man, the only man, the mighty man, Zach in the game. Bring him on stage.
I'll bring him on here, the main man. I guess the story of your demise has been exaggerated.
Oh, Zach, I know the Second Amendment gives the right to bear arms, but my God, I didn't know you had actual bear arms there.
You know, when you live this close to West Hollywood, bear arms has a whole different meaning.
Props to always bringing the clever one-liners. I love this guy.
Yeah, I love you too.
We got people in the chat too. The whole family's coming out. Nubico, how you doing? Mr. All Power, yes, I'm back. Still the world champ, never lost the title, longest reign ever. Thank you very much. And Phantom X subbed. Thank you so much for subbing. We need those subs. Give us your subs. Make it like a Subway.
Hey, I think you mentioned TNA and that
one came in. Absolutely not.
Shout out to
Zach,
the chat.
Zach got more muscles than Hogan.
Well, let me tell you something, brother. I bet every time he bends over, Bubba the Sponge Love Bob gives him one more because he's got one more in him.
Oh, my gosh.
What the fuck was that promo this week?
No idea.
Stay the hell out of my Rumble, please.
Oh, man. We can only hope.
Yeah. And Phantom X, thanks for subbing. We are halfway to 3K.
Yes, sir.
Gotta love it. How you guys been doing this week?
Yeah, it's been a solid week, man. A lot of crazy stuff has been going on. Way to kick off 2024.
Yeah, it's hectic.
And Eric, who would have thought in 2024 TNA would be outselling AEW in crowds, doing bigger crowds than TNA?
Who would have thought in 2024 that people would watch TNA? You know what? At this point, it's not Tony Khan's fault. It's you people's fault. It's you people giving TNA the ego, making them think that they can succeed. You think it's cool, Knock? You want them to fail again? You want them to go all the way up to the sky just to fall back down to earth?
We're going to the moon, man, past the sky.
You know what? This is a good time to bring it up. Royal Rumble. We got some things going on. Of course, I want to mention my little drinking game, and we got the watch party this Saturday. I've mentioned the rules. I'll mention it later. Oh, what's going on?
Keep going. I'll bring your rules up, and I have a special surprise for both of you.
Wow.
Oh, I'm actually surprised.
Get ready, Eric. We're going to the Rumble, baby. Thank you, Zach.
Get the fuck out of here.
Oh, we've got the drinking game going on, and props to Zach for making a slide because I forgot to make a slide for weeks now. But also, I'm throwing out a challenge to both of you.
Ooh.
There's got to be punishments. Now, every Royal Rumble, I win, but I don't get a prize. I don't get a crown. I don't get anything. So this time, I demand punishment. I demand there be blood. I demand more blood than Squid Games, the Netflix show.
Oh, gosh. Which just got season 2, by the way.
Oh, disgusting. Which is why I'm throwing it out there that if my man, Cody Rhodes, the man who brought me victory last year, because I said it last year and I'm going to say it this year, the CEO is going to win thanks to his EVP 2 years in a row. I actually almost went blonde for this episode. I tried to go blonde, but no one, they said, sir, are you sure that you want to take a chance on Cody 2 years in a row? No stylist in their right mind would give me the opportunity. I tried to get the neck tattoo, and the tattoo artist said, sir, at least wait till after the Rumble. That's how much I believe in Cody. So if Cody does not win the men's Royal Rumble, I will host a TNA watch along, and I'll let you guys pick the match. You can pick the match, you can pick the episode. I will do a watch along if Cody Rhodes does not walk away the winner.
Oh, have you guys heard it here first? Lock it in,
folks.
Until if you're in the chat, get the timestamp. Eric will be watching TNA next week because Cody is not winning. This story is not finished. Did you not see the news? He's not finishing the story this year.
Did you not hear that lovely promo between him and Punk? How does Triple H see that and not say, you know what? It's time to play the game properly, pal. This Jay who's so fat is done. This Punk shit is over. It's all about the roads and how you travel them.
Listen, Triple H doesn't forget. Cody smashed his throat in AEW.
And Triple H said, that's my boy.
Oh, man.
Wow, a TNA watch along with Eric. You got to tune into the Rumble right here. Watch his reaction when Cody Rhodes gets tossed over the top rope by a returning Maven. That's what's going to happen to your guy, Cody Rhodes.
Oh, if Cody Rhodes goes over the top rope, he's just going to float. It's going to be a miracle on Royal Rumble Street. It's going to be wonderful to see him be a 2-time winner in a row.
Man, he'll join a very elite class if he does that. But
all elite class.
No pun intended. No pun intended. Oh, man. I think it's time to get into some of the news here. Big one coming up here, Zach. Monday Night Raw. Since you were if you guys are new to the channel, for years in the beginning of the podcast, Zach was the one taking the bullets for Monday Night Raw for this channel. And now Monday Night Raw in 2025 is going to Netflix. What are your thoughts?
Okay, I'd be more excited for this if this was a 3-year deal, maybe a 5-year plan, but it's a 10-year deal where Netflix can opt out after 5 deal. It's for like $20 gajillion for 10 years, and they have the option to renegotiate after that first. So I'm not a Netflix fan. Everything I watch on there is forgettable to me. There is some good stuff on there. There really is a couple, but I mean, it's not worth the price paying. If this was a 3-year plan, I'd like to see how it goes. 2 things happen here with this that kind of intrigue me. One of them is you technically can call your shots a little more with the commercials because they are going to do commercial breaks and book the matches to fit commercial breaks because they are going to be if you don't have the other tiers. And the other thing is you technically do not have a rating on Netflix, but it does tie into all your other brands. So that's what I want to see how they skate the line with that. Otherwise, I'm not that excited about it. And personally, I don't have Netflix. I'm not a fan of Netflix. I'm not going to pay for Netflix unless Peacock goes away with their deal in 2026 and Netflix gets all the PLEs. That's the only way. Otherwise, I'm done watching Monday Night Raw.
Ooh.
Wow.
Even though it's gotten good.
Yeah.
This is, so we usually when we cover this kind of news, it's always fun to think like who's gonna be the sucker, who's gonna fall for it, who's gonna sign up for a Netflix account. I might be the sucker. I mean, there are other ways to watch wrestling, more convenient ways than Netflix, but I've recently seen that Netflix has some stuff that I actually want to get into. So currently I am sharing Netflix with someone I live with, so I have the privilege of not having to actually pay for it. But
Nice.
if I didn't, this might convince me.
Okay.
I would pay to see R-Truth.
I think I'm gonna completely R-Truth is bringing in the money, man.
Can we just say, can we bring him to the board instead of Dwayne? I know Dwayne's getting paid to be on the board, but even if R-Truth does it the old-fashioned way and buys a bunch of stocks to get on the board, can we please do that and have that be a Netflix spinoff? That I will pay the $19.99 a month.
Oh, that would be great.
I think this. I'm on the side of this is a great move for them, business-wise. I got to give Nick Khan, the former Wheel of Fortune contestant, some credit here. He's locked in right now. Business-wise, he knows what he's doing, because if you look at WWE doesn't really compete with other wrestling. They compete with other entities like sports, stuff like that.
Yeah.
You see all these major deals being cut from Amazon Prime, Peacock, all these deals for football rights, for NBA rights. We're getting exclusive playoff games now on Peacock. Everything's going to streaming. All the money is going to streaming. And I think they're going to get a lot more eyes. I think this brings a lot more eyes on Raw. I think it honestly does. Because now you can watch it whenever you want. It'll be a little easier, more convenient for some people. I think, like Zach said, it'll be easier to do the commercial breaks and have a better show, flow it properly. I originally thought the PLEs were going to Netflix, and I was sold. The fact that it's still on Peacock, all right, that kind of downs it a bit for me. But all in all, I think this is a huge move. $5 billion coming in from this. And the same day they announced the $5 billion deal, they said, hey, price is going up. The price just went up. So that for us as a consumer, it's going to be a wait and see. But I think for them as a business, they're going to get more eyes on the product. I think it's a big deal for them.
I am a little so we see this every time they go to a new network, that the floor for wrestling is very good, like compared to most shows. But I think networks are always expecting there to be like a huge spike in their like viewings. So I am a little wary. I think Netflix is going to renegotiate. I think they're going to be like, okay, this is decent. We're getting consistent views, but we want it like to the moon views. I think eventually they're going to go through that phase.
Yeah, I mean, we seen what SmackDown. Fox was disappointed, I think, in the end with how they did. But I think wrestling fits subscription services better, because it's not really about the rating. That's gonna go out the window. The whole Twitter's gonna freaking dissolve because I can't argue about ratings anymore. But now, say like WWE brings in like their YouTube, they bring in 25 million people to watch. That's a huge number, and if they stay that consistent over the months, that's what they're gonna track. So that's just gonna be more money going in. I think it's good.
There has to be some metric that they're tracking, though. I know it's not ratings, but there has to be. Yeah.
Guy.
Go ahead.
I'll say the guy who is in charge of Netflix for the past few years resigned. He's going to be starting his own entertainment company. That's the guy who knows all the secrets of Netflix, all the metrics that they do measure. So for him to go to another entertainment company, he's going to be able to shop around that. Maybe some secrets will leak, but I doubt it, because he's going to use his entertainment company and his past work at Netflix as leverage to put his films or TV shows wherever he does on Netflix. But that's the thing. Like you said, the ratings are gone, so we don't even know how well Raw is going to do, and it's just going to be tough to measure how this deal is actually paying off for them, because not all those people are going to watch it. And here's my thing. I have two friends. They're brothers. They both have kids who watch wrestling. One of them sits down, they watch wrestling every week, and they go to the live shows and stuff. And the other one, back when I was watching Raw, I'm like, oh my God, your kid sits through Raw? It's fucking terrible. How can your kid sit through that? Like, whatever. He said, oh, he doesn't watch that. He watches it on YouTube. He watches a condensed version on YouTube. Like, oh, I thought that was weird, like 5-6 years ago. Now that's going to be me. So we'll see who transfers over to Netflix and who is watching it on YouTube like I am, because, hey, every wrestling company pops their stuff right on Twitter. You can watch you can watch the Jeff Hardy match with Swerve right now on Twitter, at least
Yeah.
60% of it, and then on YouTube, an hour later or so.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest. Over the past month, I think the only thing that exists to me on Raw is R-Truth, Judgment Day, and Cody. That's all on YouTube. Like I just followed their clips on YouTube.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing. I mean, I know TikTok blowing up. That's another thing for wrestling shorts. It's just a different day and age, man. And like the ratings are never, I think, going to be the same.
It's just like I don't know how to measure this like thought wise either, because ready or not, this is weird to me too, because Netflix is like 15 billion in the hole or 14 or whatever it is. So I know like throwing this money away is not a big deal to them, but it's just like all these streaming services keep trying to like climb a ladder that there's no top rung to.
That's the one thing that's a little scary about the streaming services. Like they're all climbing, generating all this money, but it feels like it's like a house of cards kind of. It all come crumbling down and we'll really be in trouble.
Yeah. I mean, no one's catching Netflix. Netflix is fine because of how they have everything monitored by the guy who is leaving Netflix. If you want to look up his name, he did a great job. I think the only failure he had was he never got an Oscar win for the movies, but he brought a lot of big film people in the door to Netflix. So now Netflix is legit film wise. He brought a lot of great series. We're going to talk about Avatar later that people are excited for, One Piece. And Netflix is doing a lot of really good stuff. It's just, it's streaming that's not making money. And the one good thing I think about Netflix in the past 2 years is this guy who left is making sure that he sets in place, hey, watch your spending. We just spent way too much money on way too many huge movies that no one remembers the weekend after they come out. And they're not making us money in the long run.
Man, can you imagine being the guy in charge of monitoring the money that Netflix is spending?
Right.
Oh man. This is also it's gonna be something different, man.
Yeah. It's era changing. It's definitely something that people are gonna look back on at some point.
Yeah. At some point too, like, so does this mean if you're AEW, do you take that Monday night spot? Because I don't. Are they still gonna be on Monday nights? Because I don't think Netflix does stuff. Like they air stuff like Disney, like, oh, we're air at this day. It's all just whenever. I don't know how that's gonna work.
They're gonna release a year's worth of Raw in one weekend?
Well, no, of course not. But like, I mean, I feel like they have more freedom to like, oh, we can do Raw on a Tuesday. I don't know.
I feel like it's probably still gonna be Mondays. I think that's part of their culture. That's ingrained into Monday Night Raw. They're not gonna give that up.
Yeah.
That was the big rumor that maybe Raw moving from Mondays when they were doing the negotiation. So I'm just curious. That's why I wanted to bring that up.
It's possible. I mean, like you said, anything is possible. I can't. Even if they do move, though, I don't think the AEW should go to Mondays. Don't try that.
Yeah, and also NXT does not have an official set date at the CW. That network does not have their slate set in stone, mainly because they don't know where WWE is going to put NXT. So this deal is going to put that into place. So we'll see what happens with that in the next couple months.
True.
Okay. So then, if you're HBO Max or your Max with AEW, do you try to push to pull the trigger, or do you still? Because I thought we had an announcement by now.
I would not rush it. I would let this settle before I try to do it. You don't want to get mixed up and jumbled and all that.
Yeah.
But something that I noticed. So WWE's got Netflix, AEW's got HBO. It seems like if you want to be a true successful company, you got to have a good streaming service. So TNA, that's like garbage times.
Hey, we're working on it, man. That's what Santino Marella said. He said, "Hey, we're working on it."
Oh yeah. I mean, hey, I trust Santino Marella all the time. I mean, the guy was in men and women's Royal Rumble. You know he can get things done.
Hey, he's a crossover star.
Yeah, he's a cross-dresser too.
He says his daughter's ready for the main roster already.
His daughter's killing it.
He's good, but I mean, easy.
Yeah. It's hyping up his daughter.
Oh man.
Do you want to hit up these chats real quick?
Yeah, we got a lot coming in here. Appreciate you guys, man. See all you guys in there. First one in there, Noob and Co. Hello, everybody. How you doing, buddy? I think we can see Mr. All Power. Eric is not repeating that, but Eric's a good guy. Zach Muscles. Oh, I'm a little behind here. Are we doing the predictions? We'll be doing a Royal Rumble stream. We'll do one better. Live on the stream, we'll have our predictions for the championship as well as picking our numbers. Join in, Mr. All Power.
Later in the episode, a gift for Eric and Knock that I made.
I'm telling you guys, we're flying out. Oh, here we go. Mr. All Power once again. What if Brandy debuts in the Women's Rumble?
Possible, but that would also mean they have to acknowledge that she wrestled outside WWE. I don't know if that's a big pop. I don't know if I trust the casuals to know that.
That's a good point.
I like Brandy. I don't think it's a big pop, but I like it. I think she's
if she comes out to Cody's music, then maybe people are like, oh, it's Brandy Rose, but I don't think it's worth it.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I don't know what we can do here. I mean, if you have Jade Cargill, I don't know how people remember that whole thing.
Yeah,
maybe you can do that.
Isn't she?
I wouldn't force it.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Mr. All Power, see you there. My boy, ready or not, is excited to watch the party. Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is a private party, and you are all invited.
Honestly, I missed that old theme song, but the new one is so good.
They got two good ones.
They do. Mr. All Power, Raw to Netflix. I didn't see it coming at all. No, I didn't know where they were going to go, but I didn't think Netflix wanted that.
I know we did talk about like where we think like which streaming service. I don't think any of us picked Netflix.
No, there's no way I picked up.
No.
Really good or really bad. We will for sure will see. Newbin Co. Is Swerve rocking the Killmonger hairstyle? No, I don't think exactly. It's a little something similar. I'm taking a look at the guy. You guys know I'm with.
We already know. We already know, buddy. Hey, Mr. All Power, you know, man, it was hot today. I was trying to cool down. I went to Baskin Robbins. I went to DQ. They didn't have no ice cream. So I went to the game arcade. I said, hey, y'all got AC? They said, no, we don't have AC. Only fans to cool you down, buddy. I feel you. I get you.
Oh, man. This dude. And of course, I'm gonna tee you up, Eric, for another one.
Hang on 1 second. It's Zach.
Thank you, Prime Time. Last one before we continue off the show here, real quick. Newbin Co. I can watch Netflix for variety. I can watch Tubi for 90s movies. Okay, so is Tubi actually good? I keep hearing more and more people actually talk about Tubi now.
Tubi's better than Pluto, I'll say that. And Pluto has these weird things. It seems like the smaller the device you watch it on, the more issues you're going to have with Pluto. But Tubi does have that good stuff. I mean, it's random, but it's good.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. I mean, it's free.
Yeah.
Good anime.
I can watch Disney Plus, Max for animated movies and animated shows, but I'm not downloading the CW app for NWA. I'm not downloading that bullshit either. I tried like years ago, download it to watch like when I was really big into the Arrowverse. They had some of the animated shows on there, so I tried to watch that, but it was such a hassle.
Yeah, I feel it. Like I'm not downloading that Impact Plus shit for nothing. Like that TNA is just not
Impact
it,
Plus
man.
is another level, man. I told you,
yeah,
we're outselling AEW right now, bro.
You know what?
I want you to put the word out. We back up. We back up.
I can only defend AEW so many times. The numbers don't lie.
The numbers don't lie. Oh man, and Ospreay keeps calling himself a TNA kid. I wasn't his. Ospreay's taking his ball all around the park, going to all these different parks, main eventing TNA, helping them out. And I'll get to AEW soon, man. I'll get there soon enough. You know. But on to the next part of this part right here. Not only is Raw going to Netflix, but Dwayne The Rock Johnson, who got his name back, is part of the TKO board. So it's a crazy full circle moment. You know, the Rocky Johnson coming up, first world champion in WWE, Black World Champion. He ended up getting let go from WWE at some point. The Rock makes his debut, kills it, becomes a megastar, and now he's on the board with Vince kind of got fired a year or two ago, and now the company got sold. So a cool full circle moment, and The Rock is at the head of the table now, isn't he?
Damn, he's just looking down on Roman.
He's looking down on Roman, and he's looking down on Cody because that brother not finishing the story.
They can't do that. They can't. If they do, I'm not gonna lie. That's gonna take a lot of points away from The Rock for me.
Zach, I don't know if you can correct me on this, but when did they announce the 2K24 covers before this announcement?
Yes, it was early Monday.
Okay, so when they announced the 2K24 covers, Cody said, "Listen, if I don't finish the story by 2025, I don't be nowhere near any of this stuff. Don't even call me." And then the day after, well, we got you, buddy. Here comes The Rock. What do you guys think about this?
I mean, first of all, it's kind of weird that like he's a successful man. He was at one point the highest paid actor multiple times in a row. Yep. So it's very strange that every time the last two like company endeavors that he's been on have both been involved with Vince McMahon. First, he tries to do XFL. I don't know what happened there. Now
they merged. So there's like UFL, XFL. They merged. Now they're gonna become one big super league for the spring.
Okay, interesting. I mean, I guess that's a good move for them. And then now he's doing this, which I mean, you could say, he grew up in WWE. Fine, he wants to be a part of it. Fine, and like you said, they're paying him. I guess publicity move. Cool. Don't take Cody's spot. It's not even about taking Cody's spot. I've finally come around to the point where I'm thinking Jey Uso can be the guy now. Don't just jump in and take that WrestleMania spot. Don't take it from your blood. Don't take it from the main event, Jey Uso. Don't take it from your fellow black man, Cody. Don't do that.
The civil rights leader.
You know it.
Yeah, you know what month's coming up.
Hey, next Black History Month video on Cody.
Those are the funniest memes ever, and I just love the appreciation when he had his cover released. Cody Luther King cover 2K24. Like, I love the internet.
It's great.
I'll be right back. You guys keep talking about this.
You got it, Zach. What are your thoughts on this, man?
I think it's good. If you are a fan of the Attitude Era, look who's in charge now, and look at the big long time of Vince trying to find one person to be the next Hogan. Then it was Cena, now the next Cena, and then it was Roman. Then that didn't work. So a lot of stuff that didn't work was because the old man was still in charge. Now he's not in charge. And look how hot it's gotten. Look at how big it's getting. Nick Khan, who we thought was the one who's going to bring down WWE, is actually one bringing it up and helping bring the right people and making it better.
Yeah, it's crazy. And I'm pretty sure I gave Nick Khan some slack on this podcast in the beginning. But he actually is like a really good businessman. He knows what he's doing. And this also, to me, this kind of discredits Vince McMahon. I can't really call him a genius if the moment you leave, everything is bright, shining stars. Everything's looking great. I don't know. I'm not going to take away from what he did at the beginning, but at the end, it was crazy.
I agree. It's just so weird. He was so close that he could have just retired and had his glory moment, had his big send-off on a Monday Night Raw, the show he flagshipped and created, the longest-running cable show ever, the biggest thing. He could have had his moment, and he just didn't want to do it. And then he could have had it, and he didn't want to do it. He didn't want to pass the torch. He didn't want to do any of that. He didn't want to do any of the stuff that you usually do in wrestling. He Ric Flaired himself, and now look at him. He's the awkward guy standing in the family photos when The Rock's ringing the bell that he should be ringing.
Oh, man. Yeah, great stuff, man. I'm happy for The Rock, and man, Cody, bruh, I'm sorry. I really like Cody. You put in so much work to be that main guy, and you're on your way, but you might have to settle for the world championship. Eric will be joining us back soon. Let's see some people jumping in here. Eric looking like a proper gentleman. Yeah. And he says, Black Gallic, The Rock said in an interview that him versus Roman will be the biggest WrestleMania match ever. Do you agree with that?
With the amount of people that watch it now, I would say technically, yes, that would be, especially with the views and stuff. Otherwise, I think the one with Rock and Hogan, that's the competition. The one with Rock and Hogan, however the metrics you want to do it. But that is, honestly, he could be 100% right, in my opinion, because they're so huge and people love Roman Reigns. Women and kids know who Roman Reigns is. where beforehand it was just like a lot of dudes who were familiar with old Hogan stuff and The Rock.
Yeah. It'll be really tough, especially at this point in time. I don't know. I hope he's, working that cardio. He looked super gassed working with Jinder a few weeks ago. If he can get that down, I think he'll be fine for a good match with Roman. What else you got going on here? Going on to the next part of the show. This poll. Zach has been killing on the polls, man. Thank you all for participating and joining and watching, subscribing, and also participating in the polls. But this one, which WWE 2K24 do you like best? And if you guys haven't voted on here, I'll put it out to the chat. Let us know. Cody Rhodes at 24% for the regular edition. Bianca and Rhea Deluxe, 51%. And 40 years of WrestleMania. We made a good joke about the George R. R. Martin that cracked me up when I watched the short. Check out Zach's shorts on the channel. 25%. But which one is your favorite, Zach?
I honestly like the women's one. I think it just meshes very well. My issue with the 40-year WrestleMania one, and I know if you did this, it wouldn't fit the art style, but use the fucking WrestleMania logo. It's right there at your disposal. Why are we making up a WrestleMania logo with a different color? And then the color that should have been used is for the 40-year stuff on top. Like, switch those two colors. It just looks weird. It doesn't look like an official. It looks like that Wrestling Legends game that came out years ago for the PS2.
Yeah.
That's what it reminds me of. So that's why that one should hit me, because it has everyone I love on there. But the women's one looks the best. The Cody one, the little Codys on the bottom look misplaced. Sorry, I'm stupidly picky.
I forget. There was, correct me if you want me in the chat, but someone actually drew this. There was like an artist who drew this. There was like people thinking it might be AI generated. Someone did draw that artwork for the 40 years WrestleMania edition.
Okay, so I don't know who drew this. That's really awesome what they did. I know who drew the John Cena ones from last year.
Oh, okay.
Maybe it could be the same guy. 2 blocks. They were 2 blocks from me. So
okay, really,
yeah.
But yeah, let us know if you guys are getting this. I think this is a release date of March, so stick around for that. Meanwhile, I don't want to shit on it, but Fight Forever is in the gutter right now. This time last year, we were getting news about Fight Forever in WWE 2K23. I had some videos planned out. I was so excited, man, for it to release, and then it came out, and I found out late. I found after I bought it that it's not even the full entrance. You get like 2 seconds and a Coke. I was so disappointed. But I digress. Hey, here's another mark for TNA. The TNA game I put more hours into. It was better than the AEW one. I hate to say it.
There you go.
That bar was low. But speaking of going head to head, we have these two guys going nose to nose. CM Punk and Cody Rhodes. What did you think about this promo, Zach, as Eric rejoins us?
I thought, wow, does CM Punk need to touch up that tattoo so it matches Cody's a little bit better? But I really like this. This wasn't over the top with digging into someone. It had enough if you know the history of both men. But if you're just new to the company or new to the brand as well, this felt real. This is awesome. I love this. So it already got like a gajillion views on YouTube. So
yeah, I've seen a whole lot of comparisons between this promo and then like the Bucks promo. And point aside, this promo in particular, CM Punk killed it. Cody killed it. Some of the highlights for me, CM Punk saying, you can separate business and personal. He knows to separate that, which is, I think he was taking a shot at Cody because I think Cody in the past said he left AEW for personal reasons. He doesn't want to specify on that. He also said he's more of the American dream than Cody because Cody grew up on third base. He had a famous dad. CM Punk's dad was a blue collar guy. He got it out the mud pretty much. He said Cody didn't have that dog in him, Eric. He was directing that towards you. He might as well have added you. He said, "Your boy." Man. Teach your boy how to squabble. But
hey, but you know what? Cody taught him. He told him he's more CM Punk than Punk is.
Yeah. Cody fought back. He did. He had that fight in him, man. And I really liked it. It was a back and forth jab. No one really took it away. Once I thought, Cody might have won this. CM Punk had some stuff. CM Punk might have won this, and Cody had some stuff. So it was great.
Yeah, I'll give him props. That was a really good promo, and it goes to show that Tony Khan had 2 very big pieces, and he did not use them right.
I can't say he didn't use Punk right, but Cody, on the other hand, who was cold, like he was super cold in AEW, man. That was a miss, done.
When I say he used them right, I mean he didn't use them together.
Yeah. They didn't touch at all at AEW.
Nah,
at least not on screen. They were hugging each other, off screen.
Yeah, that was around the time when Cody was going. The stock was plummeting.
Yeah, it's insane to see where he's at now, man. He bettered himself twice and came out on top.
Yeah.
But yeah, great promo. It was so great, Eric and Zach, that this will be the Mania match. It's going all the way to Mania.
No. I get it because of the Seth Rollins injury. People are like, what's going to happen? Yeah. Seth is playing that he thinks he's going to be there in time for Mania. This would sell, but the problem is Punk doesn't lose his first Mania back. And I don't want Cody to lose either.
And Cody can't lose a back-to-back Mania. It really wouldn't make sense. This would be a tough booking now that you mentioned that. Because, Punk can't really lose.
You got an easy out.
Mr. Damian Priest.
Triple threat.
There you go. Damian Priest. Triple threat's going to be a dead giveaway who's going to take the pin. But Damian Priest, both guys down. I'm fine with him not cashing in. I know people are complaining that he didn't cash in, but I'm fine with it. Let's have his moment and then build that cool thing with Gunther. I like that a lot. But Damian Priest is your out if this is, but I think what they're doing with Seth is what they're doing with him when he fought, was it Triple H or The Undertaker where he was injured? But what they did with Shawn Michaels going into, WrestleMania 18, they didn't have him wrestle. They just had him cut promos for like 3 months because he had an injury, but it was good enough. He was good enough to wrestle his WrestleMania match. I think that's the Seth approach that they're taking. So we're still going to get that. And then we can also down the line do a bigger match if it is going to be Punk versus Seth and have a better one-on-one.
I feel that. I'm down with that plan.
Because this isn't Cody's story. This isn't the end of Cody's story. And I don't want this to be forced into the end of Cody's story.
Yeah. I would love for the story to end now. Just because the longer the story goes, the more distracted things get. And we had the huge rise of Sami Zayn. We had Jey Uso. A lot of things that I want to see succeed can't because I want Cody to succeed first. So I would like the story to end soon so we can move on to other things.
Knock, if you don't mind, I'm just going to tell Eric what I talked about last week, what my guy Matt said for Cody's ending.
Oh, yeah, you got it. Okay,
some people are saying Cody Rhodes' story should end at Survivor Series. That way it's not the big Mania thing and you got to wait a whole another year, which they could actually do if Roman does fight The Rock, because they can wait and break Hogan's record and then have him lose next year at 41. And you got a big main event at the number 40 WrestleMania. But what my buddy Matt said is, instead of Survivor Series and all that stuff, you have Cody Rhodes come out at kind of like a dead time and announce Starrcade, his dad's pay-per-view. He fights Roman there, takes the belt at his dad's pay-per-view. That way you're not fussing with WrestleMania and a dead giveaway of who's going to win. You're not dragging on Roman's title reign. The bloodline stuff can deteriorate a la NWO style and have their storylines fade away. Roman gets some time off. Cody finishes his story, and the belts change hand finally.
Oh, I am down for that if we throw in the caveat I think I'd want Starrcade to be one of the big four going forward. I don't care about Survivor Series. Yeah. I mean, it's historically it's great, but nowadays they don't know what they're doing. So, yeah, take out, what is it? Royal Rumble, Survivor Series, SummerSlam.
They said then just Mania.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So yeah, take out Survivor Series. Yeah, if they do Starrcade big, if there's like big production, give Knock his pyro that he likes, do it like it's a Saudi Arabia event. I'm down for that. They have to make it feel like a very big deal. That's why I almost want Mania to do it. But yeah, it has to be huge.
I got you.
What else was I gonna say here? Another person who on Raw from Bailey, staking her claim. I don't think she's actually going to win the Rumble. I really hope she does, and then goes on Rhea. I think she's been on the storyline's been really good. Hold up. Do my eyes deceive me? The second Dynamite update of the night, we're getting 2 women's matches on Collision this Saturday.
Oh, 2. Damn, 2. Tony, you getting crazy up in here.
Going wild. He's a wild man.
Right? The women were like, hey, we need some damn TV time.
Yes, sir.
Get QT off the screen.
We'll talk more about it up soon. We have rules for you. picked up on here. We're getting a lot of build towards Friday Night SmackDown last 2 days. Then, of course, the Rumble. Do you think Mercedes Moné is she AEW bound? Because what's going on here? Or is she the Rumble?
I am going with Rumble because some people have noticed on the internet that they did the similar thing they did with CM Punk and Cody's like profiles. They're starting to do it Mercedes and
Yep, and that's what I've seen.
Yeah.
Zach, are you getting swayed a particular way at all?
I feel that TK is building up the women's division for Mercedes, but then again, I also feel maybe pen's not to paper anywhere. So that's him trying to get, and then we don't know if she's going to pop in the Rumble yet. I think she may even decide by Friday or Saturday morning what she's going to do.
Yeah. I mean, TK is known for signing people like super late before they debut. So, yeah, if she's not signed, she could say, hey, you know what? I'll just take my bags over to the Rumble. Man, a lot of stuff here. But yeah, Eric, we're going to be doing a Royal Rumble party. I'm very excited for that. Any of these matches besides the Rumble are you excited for?
I really hate saying anything positive about this guy because he's not a good person, but he's a damn good wrestler. I am excited for Logan Paul versus Kevin Owens. He's actually been doing some fun stuff on social media with the US title. Hasn't defended it in who knows how long, but
Ever.
Right, ever. But he's been doing some stuff. I wish WWE pulled the trigger on him and Dominic doing something because they seem like they have a lot of fun together. So I hope we get to see those two have some fun before he drops the strap. It's a weird world to live in that Logan Paul might actually beat Kevin Owens. I just realized that's a very weird world. So that's a match I'm looking forward to.
Zach, the Logan Paul match or the Fatal 4-Way?
The Fatal 4-Way, just because I want to see how they end with the bloodline. And I have a bold prediction about the Rumble. You will not see Trinity in the Rumble. Naomi's not coming back in the Women's Rumble match. She helps the bloodline in the Fatal 4-Way match, and that's the big ending to that match.
Wow, so we're going to get another random family member helping out Roman? This man go through the whole phone book.
Oh. Did what's her name? Tamina ever help out the bloodline?
No.
I don't think she did.
And she's retired from wrestling now.
Yeah. Oh boy, happy days. Oh yeah. No more screwing me over in predictions.
Yeah, that was insane. But yeah, we'll have more for these predictions for you guys on the Rumble. Lots to go down there. Can't wait this Saturday. Countdown is 3 days away.
Cannot wait.
Do you have any more rules to break down, Eric?
Let me see if I could pull them up real quick.
Oh, I got you.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh, this is great right here. I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, give Zach his flowers. This man does his work. Take a sip every time commentary says road to WrestleMania. Every time a big wrestler is ganged up on for elimination. That could be Gunther. It could be Omos. It could be the great Khali decides to come back. Take a sip when your number enters the Rumble. Take a drink every time an NXT or legend enters. And yes, Scotty 2 Hotty is a legend if he decides to come on back. So every time someone is eliminated in under 10 seconds, decides to pull a Santino Marella. When someone is eliminated by an ally or a partner, and when someone tries to do the Kofi spot to save themselves. Do you guys think Kofi does it? Because he's last 2 times he's tried it, 2 times in a row, he failed disastrously last time.
Ooh. I think someone else should take up the mantle. I'm not saying Kofi can't continue to do it, but I think someone else should take up that. We have Ricochet in there. I think he can do some stuff. Because it wasn't just Kofi before. True. It was Kofi. Morrison was doing some stuff. So I think we can find somebody else to pass the torch to.
We can. That is the best thing they should do. You just nailed on the head. You have Kofi about to do something, then have Ricochet do it, and Kofi just like sit and watch. Because Michael Cole has been hyping up. That'd be awesome. And then Michael Cole's been hyping up Kofi and people doing Kofi spots for like the last 2 weeks. So I think they're going to, but knock. I love that idea so much.
That would be great. And then finish your drink whenever you get a debut or return. Someone is attacked during their entrance. Someone other than CM Punk wins. So you know we're going to finish our drink when Cody Rhodes finishes the story twice at the Royal Rumble. And then finish your drink for a self-elimination. And if you have 2 Rumble winners, a la Cena and Batista, or the Rumble is restarted.
Ooh, that'd be insane.
Someone, I didn't realize, the McMahons, they have a Shane and Vince, they both love tearing their quads, man. It was at the Rumble,
sir.
Vince tore his quads, and then we watched Shane tear his for the amusement of us all. The man was too strong. His quads couldn't handle it.
That was something, man. We were all very confused on what was going on.
Ready or not, I actually took some of those rules away. There were some more rules in there. I thought I needed to tone it down before we black out.
Oh man, it's gonna be a great time, man. I'm very excited to do this Saturday. Your boys are gonna be free, boys. It's been a minute since we all did a live stream of a show.
It has been, yeah.
Zach, you're on mute.
Dang. Are you guys really excited right now for the Rumble? Do you want the surprise now, or you want me to save it for the end?
What do you think, Eric? Eric left us. I guess we'll wait till the end.
We'll wait to the end. Let's go to the next one then.
All right, let's go to the next one. We got still a lot to cover here. Still a lot of good stuff going on, man. Zach, you surprised me with that slide because I put the slides up and I didn't know that was in there. I don't know if you updated.
I added my Rumble slides. I got a whole other thing for the Rumble setup.
Okay, my boy put some magic in here. Since Eric is not here and he doesn't really want to see any of the stuff from the trailer, I gotta tell you guys, Zach, I know you didn't see the cartoon. I don't know if you've seen the trailer at all. But
I did see the trailer. It looked pretty good.
This brought a tear to my eye. I know I say that a lot, but I'm serious this time. This is my favorite cartoon of all time. They butchered it when they made that wannabe movie. But this right here looks like the real deal. I'm so excited. We got to see all the characters in there. Some of the side characters, too. They didn't just half-ass it. They did some of the side characters. We got June. You guys know about her and her, I don't know what to call it, but her companion pet that is great with scent. She's a hunter. Obviously, Sokka killing it with his role. Katara was good. Aang looks really good. Zuko's looking kind of jacked. The guy playing Uncle Iroh, who was also in Star Wars, and if you guys have caught Kim's Convenience, he looks like the part. I'm very excited for that. Azula looks menacing. Everyone really looks the part. I think they did their job. Yes. Noob & Co. I mean the wannabe Last Airbender movie. I can't even. I feel like I should throw up trying to call it that because that was not what it was. But
man,
this show right here, man, coming out in February. This is the reason I didn't cancel Netflix. I know Raw's going to Netflix, but this right here, when I felt like I'm gonna hit that cancel button, I think I'm done. They dropped this trailer, and I'm hooked. So I'm very excited to see these. Let me know what you guys think about the trailer in the chat below. Some more shots here, and they said they're gonna go deeper into certain things that they couldn't do in the cartoon. Like we'll get to see like Eric, I'm going to close your ears for this. You want to go and
go ahead. I'm ready.
We will see them actually wipe out the air nomads. We'll get to see some of those type of scenes that we get to see.
So, am I soft? Are you like you think it's PG-13, Eric?
No, because you didn't want to see anything about or hear anything about the stream. Want to go in fresh, not because
I feel you.
Not because of that, but yeah, there's gonna be a lot more that's gonna be going on. So, Avatar: Last Airbender, man, it's off to a good start, and I'm very, very excited.
Yeah, I hope it does well because they're trying to bring back the cartoon for.
They are. So we're getting this show. We'll be getting some cartoon movies coming back as well as another season of the show, and Legend of Korra is in the work. So there's a lot going on with the Avatar universe. They open their own studios. They're also doing for anyone who is interested a concert tour, 100-city concert tour of all the songs. That's how good the show was. They had such great songs as well. A good amount of them were sold out, so you got to keep an eye out for it.
Right.
But I put on this slide right here. Because Friday Night SmackDown, this Friday, the go-home show to the Royal Rumble. Eric, are we going to see a title change? And more importantly, are we going to see a title change live in Florida?
Well, I don't want to give nothing away, but apparently Oscar's going to take a dive. She's going to be out for the match. And then, Kyrie's going to need a partner. And they said that I just meet the weight requirement, and the women, they got more guns than me, more muscle than me. They said it'll be a hindrance to Kyrie, but they said I can be in the match. So keep an eye out. We're going for that tag title.
Yes, sir. Keep an eye out for your boy. Hey, you might see the Infinity Champion live in person.
That's true. If you're there, say what's up.
Yeah, say what's up. Try to convince him to watch TNA wrestling. If you see
I will
him,
slap you. That is a warning. That is a legal. Anyone, if this is played in court, I gave them warning. If you mention the words TNA, Impact, X Division, Option C, I will physically assault you.
Oh man, and yeah, keep an eye out for things, man. Because Eric's a nice guy, man. We've got to get him to watch TNA. That's all. But
you want me to stay a nice guy? Keep me away from TNA.
And please use deodorant. Please use deodorant.
Please.
Oh man, your boy's been traumatized, and I'm gonna keep bringing it up every week as long as I can, because when me and Zach went to go see AEW Full Gear, it wasn't the BO that got me, but the guy next to me had down like 12 glizzies. This man was the glizzy gobbler. He was killing it, man. So his breath was reeking. This man left his child for like 30 minutes. There was so much wrong going on. Oh, I couldn't stand this dude's breath. It was insane. Insane.
He sent his kid to the bathroom once by himself too, because he's into the match.
I couldn't believe what I was witnessing, man.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah. So let's keep that up, man. Let's be conscious.
Yeah.
Friday Night SmackDown, man. Very excited for that. But
I want to share this story real quick. Just to say that more people should sit next to you. I feel like I remember us going to a wrestling show, and there was a kid who was like trying to talk, like who was really into it, and you didn't want to break his suspension of disbelief. Like you were trying to.
Yeah.
So that guy, everyone should be blessed to sit next to Knock at a wrestling show. He's the perfect guy to sit next to.
Yeah, that was one of our first times going to WoW Women of Wrestling. I remember that kid, like that's one of the first times I went to a show, and I seen like the kids like so invested. So shout out to WoW Women of Wrestling for keeping the aura going, keeping the lore, because this kid was like losing his mind. And some quick pop culture news here. We got some video games taking over. This one, you can call it the Pokemon clone. We've seen a lot of Pokemon clones, but Palworld, whatever you want to call it, is the one Pokemon clone that is sticking. Pokemon with guns. 7 million sold copies in 5 days. I'm shocked the Nintendo legal system has not taken this video game down. Me and Eric were talking about it earlier. But yes, pretty much the premise is like you have all these characters that look like Pokemon, look like they ripped it straight up and changed a few things. They gave them guns, and you got to put them to work. You're putting them to work for free on your yard or whatever else. They hold things there. They shoot people. And I just found this out earlier too. It's not just the Pokemon you're putting to work. It's you put some people to work.
You can put people to work too. Yes, you can capture people.
Like I don't know who approved this or not, but like, what are we doing here? Eric, I don't know if you have any more stuff to break that I might have missed, but yeah, Zach, I see your reaction.
All I know is I've seen clips of people smacking chickens and chickens shooting death beams. I've seen them capturing villagers in their Pokeballs, and you could. It's messed up. This game. Sometimes I think people should be on a list. Whoever made this should be on some kind of watch list, because there's stuff in this game that I'm not even going to say out loud, because I feel bad knowing that you can do it in the game, but I am going to get this game. I'm sold. We live in this is a really cool thing about social media, is that games can blow up just by word of mouth.
This is what was that word of mouth game?
There was a horror game. Lethal Company blew up, and if I liked horror games, I would have played it. But sometimes social media does things right.
Yeah. I'm still shocked that this is like not been taken down. Nintendo hasn't pressed the action, but yeah, you'll see a lot of stuff like this going on with the guns, the whipping people. Like I'm really shocked. But but the other thing, people have been telling me like it's a little deeper than some Pokemon games. It's actually separates itself from the Pokemon game. Some of the stuff you can do.
Zach's reaction.
And then like some of the there's some glitches. It's not game breaking bugs I've heard, but some of the glitches like they can't really handle the. They weren't ready for all this like traffic. But some of the glitches aren't really game breaking, and it's still in the early access. What else did I hear about this? Oh, Eric, before you actually do buy it, it is on Game Pass.
Oh my! All right, guys, that's the end of the show. Thank y'all for watching.
It's on Game Pass for Xbox or Game Pass if you have PC.
That's actually that is crazy. This is clearly a Pokemon ripoff, and Microsoft is just like, cool.
Oh, they were on it. They were on it, man. And I don't know what PlayStation do. They dropping the ball. It is not on PlayStation, by the way. It is not on PlayStation.
Oh yeah, I mean, of course, they won't be on a real console.
Hey,
I mean, you guys couldn't even bring home Game of the Year.
Manubico, yeah. Pokemon meets Call of Duty. Yes, sir. 7 million sold. I think if you guys have any more thoughts on this in the chat, let us know. Zach, what do you think, man? What do you think? Is this worth getting an Xbox for? You ever wanted to whip some Pokemon?
I just want every parent to be aware of this game. If you have kids in public schools, be aware of this game. This game makes Rockstar's State of Emergency look like Fall Guys.
Oh, you know, I don't know if you remember this scene, Zach, but it's from Community where they introduce Meow Meow Beans, and Hickey is just like, I fought for this country, and I know you can't pick and choose. That was the vibe I was getting off of you. Oh, yeah, I'm definitely playing this tonight now that I know it's on Game Pass.
Yeah, man. Go ahead and get your Palworld. Oh, man. Whip them Pokemon into shape.
Oh, God. Oh. Sometimes I wonder if humans were truly lost.
Yeah. I thought I had some other stuff to say about this game, but yeah, definitely check it out. I might be playing it on Game Pass too. I might be with you just to get an accurate description on it. But yeah, whoever came up with this. Oh, I will say this. This is another thing that happened. So the people that made the game, they're fine. They're making their money. They're chilling. But someone on the PC community modded. They tried to mod Ash Ketchum into one of the playable characters, and Nintendo took him down quick. They're pursuing legal action against him. So if you're gonna mod this game, be careful. But if you're gonna make this game, you're all good.
I love the idea that Nintendo is just sitting around waiting for someone to fuck up bad enough for them to sue. They're like, we can't go after the main thing, but we waiting.
It's insane, man.
This is they must have like Ready Player One, like amount of people like playing the game in the Nintendo's office, like, looking for every little detail, trying to see what they can go after.
I would not be surprised. The other thing too, which I've been hearing conflicting reports on, was like some of the people that made this game, it was an AI game. I've heard people say that, and I've heard it's not AI, so I'm not too sure on that. We'll see what that happens. But yeah, Palworld, Xbox Game Pass.
The more I look at this picture, yeah, you're fucking right, Phantom. That AK-47, all smiles.
Yeah. But in that middle picture, the characters that look like Jigglypuffs, they're getting put to work right there. They're in the factory.
This is so bad. This is so wrong. 7 million people, man, and I'm about to be one of them.
Yeah.
What's wrong with people? What's wrong with us?
I don't know what's going on, man. But this just shows you the last thing I'll say in this. If you're Pokemon, the Game Freak company, Niantic, whoever those people are, who I think have gotten kind of lazy with making their Pokemon games, if I'm being honest, do you think this will inspire some change or try to have them put in some of the things people have been asking for, or do you think they'll just keep it?
No, they're making their money either way. That's
the thing.
They made a Pokemon that's just an ice cream cone. They made one that's just keys. They know that they're set. They're fine.
It's absurd. Like people want like more from them. I think that's why a game like this had the room to really take some steam, because we want more from Pokemon. We're not getting it, and I mean, we didn't necessarily want guns, but hey, we're getting something.
But also, it's good that you brought up like, would this change anything? There are thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, of Pokemon ROMs and mods based on like old games, and like they're out there. People just change how they want. They add what they want. Like this is just a successful version of that is legally good enough to not get ripped, like get sued. So it's been happening from day one. It's not going to change anything.
Yeah, I agree. Oh man. But yeah, keep it on the gaming topic. Zach, I don't know if you have any last words on this one. Keep it on the gaming topic. To real games, real sports. We had the segment come back. Zach put this one up here last week. We're talking about some of the NFL games. This week we have the championship rounds, the AFC Championship and the NFC Championship. Kansas City Chiefs, as defending champions, take it on the Baltimore Ravens. And then Eric's boy, Ahmad Ra and the Lions, take it on the 49ers.
The Sun God.
Let's start with the AFC, Eric. Who are your picks?
I gotta see Lamar Jackson go. I gotta see him win it. He's gotta win it. I want him to go all the way. And I hate to say it. I hate to be the guy who's like, I hate success, but I think I don't want to see the Chiefs make it that far again. We gotta shake it up. Gotta change things up.
Yeah, I'm rooting for Lamar, man. They try to make every excuse in the book and why he can't do this. He shouldn't be quarterback, all this nonsense. So I'm very happy to see him having success. He is about to be for the second time in his career, MVP. I would love to see him go to the Super Bowl. This is the one game I honestly don't. I'm fine with both guys, though. I love Patrick Mahomes, too, and the Chiefs. So I'm really fine with either way. I prefer Lamar to have a different and have him get his first championship. But I'm fine either way. But I'm picking the Ravens.
You know what it is? Y'all know that I just got a relationship, and she's a huge Chiefs fan. And it's like when you divorce and they get to kick the kid, I'm like, fuck that kid. That isn't my kid. So she keep the damn Chiefs.
Yeah. Send him home then. I'm going with Lamar. Send him home. Number one seed. And then on the NFC Championship. CMC and probably the freaking Justice League of a 49ers team. I don't know how you have this much talent, on one team. Taking on the Detroit Lions, the Wonder Boys, the Cinderella story, everything you can have in sports. Is this where the clock strikes midnight, Eric? Are the Lions going home, or are they going to punch their first ever ticket to the championship?
I mean, let's save the best for last. Let's talk about all the talent the Lions have. We've got two amazing running backs who did they hit their 1,000 yards? Like I remember it was like,
I feel like they might have. They were very close.
Yeah, like for two running backs to do that, especially coming off of injuries, both of them at one point, that's crazy. I want to see these running backs succeed. I want them to get paid next season if they get that chance. Whenever the next contract renewal is up, they deserve some money. We've got Jahmyr Gibbs, who I didn't see too much of, but you know what? I heard some good things. He was a role player, it seems like. Good on him. Sam Laporta, my top tight end next season. Also, this is another reason why I want the Ravens to win. Mark Andrews was my tight end this season, so if he gets the ring, I'll be happy with that too. But Sam Laporta, next season, I'm taking him. He's earned his spot in the Justice League franchise. But of course, the Sun God, Amon-Ra St. Brown, the man who I have followed since day one. I remember I picked him up at the end of our first season, and I thought, this guy, you know what? Maybe he gets me some points. No, he got me all the points. Where he goes, I go. If I could get the first round draft pick, first pick knock next season. I'm picking the Sun God just so no one else can touch him. So I want the Lions to keep going. I want them to go all the way.
Oh man, that'd be a heck of a story, man. Eminem's gonna walk about there. We're gonna see Big Sean, Barry Sanders. Everyone's gonna be there, man. So the Megatron, it's gonna be a heck of a sight to see in Santa Ana or Santa Clara, wherever that is over there, San Francisco. Someone Someone correct me on that, but I'll go for the Lions too, man. I love CMC. He carried me to a championship 2 years in a row, but I gotta go for the Lions, man. I want to see the underdog story. People have been saying a lot about the Super Bowl logos. Because the logos come out like months before the playoffs start, and they said the colors of the logos match the teams that go. So that's been like a little conspiracy theory people have been saying. And if you see here, these colors match the Ravens and 49ers. And people have been saying that might be the matchup. So who knows? Who knows? Zach is just happy the Packers are out.
It was a close one.
It was a very close one, and they should have won. But
I know all about how they should have won based on Packer fans. I know it was the quarterback's fault. I know it was the coach's fault. I know it was the offensive coordinator's fault. I know it was the referee's fault. I know it was the weather's fault. I know it was Jesus' fault himself. I know it was everybody's fault.
Oh man, the cheeseheads are pissed off. The kicker too, man. The kicker too. But what was I gonna say here? Yeah, like George Kittle said on the Pat McAfee show earlier, he said, "Pack is back. Pack is back all the way to fuck home." Oh man.
Oh.
Let us know in the chat below who you guys got for this picks. And if you're betting, let us know who you guys are picking as well. I'm not going to put that out there because I'm not trying to get this video taken down. But let us know in the comments. Moving on back from the pop culture stuff.
I will say real quick. If you are a fan, we talk about this whenever wrestling fans get too much into like things with wrestlers. Calm the fuck down about these kickers. Like Tyler Bass was getting death threats after the Bills game. Like, and the thing is, Tyler Bass was actually my favorite kicker for a minute. Like I would always draft him. Once it shit happens. I couldn't make a field goal to save my life. People tweeting can't make a field goal. That shit's harder than it looks. So I don't know. Give him a break. I get the emotions, but calm down.
Yeah. Bills fans are triggered even more because the whole wide right with the kick, that's how they lost the Super Bowl, when they lost back-to-back or lost 4 straight Super Bowls. So I think some of them were triggered, but still, it's just sports, man. We got to take it easy. Like Eric said, I don't think any of you guys can make those field goals. It was very windy out there. You know, the margin for error was very small. But going from football, let us know your picks. Back into wrestling. This is the last AEW Dynamite update of the night. Wednesday night, West Coast Pop. Wednesday night, Dynamite. Shout out to the poppers for jumping in the chat. All you guys, Mr. All Power, Phantom X, Noob and Co. Really appreciate you guys.
And the floppers.
The floppers too. But most importantly, the poppers. Zach, I don't know if you got to catch any of the Dynamite that happened tonight, but one thing I did catch was the for the first time I think I've ever seen, they had the face-to-face off with Deonna Purrazzo and Toni Storm on the stage. Half the screen was in color for Deonna. Half the other screen was with black and white for Toni. Thought it was a nice touch, dropping the production. They're really putting a lot into this character. And they both killed it, man. They both look like stars on there. I think that's how you present the women.
That's a very nice touch. I know there's a way to even make the individual black and white, but I know that takes a lot of money. And like whatever people that fucking nerds, you know, the things, whatever. But that's awesome that they did that. That's really clever, and I like that. It's more stuff like that that's going to give casual viewers channel flipping to tune into AEW.
Exactly.
Sure. Good on them. Did you happen to see any other matches? Did you happen to see the Hangman, Penta?
Yeah, I get to see that one, but this is the one thing with AEW. I can look at this card. I know Hangman won. I know Swerve won. I know Wardlow won. I know the trios, Daddy Ass and the Acclaimed won. I want to see what the promo. Let me know in chat if you guys seen the Sting and Darby Allin promo. I really want to see that. The one match I'm really excited for is Edge versus Minoru Suzuki, Adam Copeland. I don't know if you guys seen the story, but when Adam Copeland did the open challenge, he said to Tony Khan, "Hey, did we get Minoru Suzuki?" TK made the call, and then before Edge even knew, TK put the advertisement out saying, "We got him, and this is the match." And he was so excited, and this was a personal thing he really wanted to have to fight.
Yeah, it's really cool seeing him get to. I mean, he came to AEW to wrestle these matches, to just have fun. Like, I don't think we're gonna see like huge stories out of him, just fun matches.
I mean, I think when we get, this Christian story to finish, and then when we get them, I think eventually as a tag team, we might start seeing more stories. So for now, I think it's just him kind of just doing his thing, kind of free balling in open gym.
Yeah.
Zach, you have any thoughts on the Dynamite and what's going on with AEW?
I'll watch it all online later.
Man.
I do want to say though, I wish AEW would do stuff to bring me in. I watched a little bit of Collision on Saturday because I was home, and I like so much about how Collision's presented versus Dynamite. Dynamite just drags and it takes me out. I don't know what it is, but it just seems like I'm swimming in the deep end every time I'm watching Dynamite, and Collision just feels fresh.
I agree with that. It just feels like the camera work. There's something about it, man. The layout. I'm still not the biggest fan of the AEW like Dynamite layout. Then they could do a little more, but we'll see. Also, let me know in the chat if you guys are watching the Edge main event.
And there you go. There's your update for Sting and Darby.
Mr. All Power. Oh, so that's kind of obvious. They're gonna get the belts next week.
Think so?
It's like, yeah, there's no way they're losing. There's no way.
But
Sting
then
and Darby.
What was that?
You think Sting and Darby are going to take the belts?
Oh yeah, for sure.
And then drop them to the Young Bucks?
I think. Well, it depends on what Sting wants. Sting has the control if he wants to win or lose his final match. So it really depends.
He's old school. He'll lose. That's a good thing.
Yeah. So I guess he'll drop it then. Which
I wouldn't be so mad if I felt like Ricky wasn't getting the short end of the stick. But I mean, it's Sting, so I think it's fine. I guess.
Yeah, he'll be in that video package forever. So.
Yeah.
Right. I wish we lived in the universe where the final match was Sting versus Darby.
Yes.
But I think if this is all Sting, I'm fine with it. But yeah, I prefer that singles match. But I think at this point, Sting in a singles match, I don't think he is really up for it.
True, but if it's Darby, all you gotta do is throw him around, and he and Gravity will take care of the rest of the work.
That's true. Oh man. Somehow, some way, AEW needs to catch fire again, man. It's getting kind of a little nerve wracking with these crowds for me.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a good match. We just introduced Taya for me. I feel like we're now feeding her to the wolves. I feel like we forgot the story with her.
Agreed.
But she has a strong case to become the next or the first Ring of Honor Women's TV champion. So we'll see once ever that tournament gets announced.
Okay.
Next up on the list, you already know what time it is, Eric. It is time for total nonstop action wrestling. Last week was a great week. We sold out the building once again. And if you want to get inspired by some camera angles, these camera angles were beautiful. The main event scene, the close up they got into, the pan out, and it was amazing stuff for Will Ospreay versus
Johnson. I think Mr. All Power sees the one in the bottom right on those accounts he subscribes to.
Hey man, it gets the people going. My boy Will is selling out here. That's the AEW star right there, tapping out to TNA's machine. So Alexander Ospreay 2 killed it. Alexander's very good, man. He's a really good wrestler. I think he'll be primed for the World Championship coming up soon. Nick Nemeth made his talking debut. He has a match set up next week against I believe it's Trey Miguel, which are already taped though. And then Zaya Brookside making her in-ring debut against Tasha Steelz, picking up the victory there. The shocking thing of the night, TNA Originals, Eric Young and Kazarian, who tag team together. Kaz turned on him. I always thought Eric Young would be the one to turn on him, but Kaz pulled the old switcheroo, Bailey turning on Sasha, if you will, and beat up his old friend there. That is a TNA Impact wrap-up. Eric, we're going to get you to watch very soon, man.
The real shocking thing is that TNA exists. Is that people watch it. Is that you people give them this power.
There's nothing you can say anymore. We're outselling Dynamite. We're hot right now in these streets.
You know what? Let's get this straight. You're saying that like TNA won the match, but really AEW lost. TNA did not beat AEW. AEW beat themselves. AEW screwed AEW.
Listen, we got Ospreay at our company, right? You know who else is going to be at our company next week, man? The one who said, I think I'm done with these little leagues in New Japan. I want to go to the big leagues. I want to go to where I'm cut my teeth. Okada is going to be teaming up with the Motor City Machine Guns next week, Eric. The Rainmaker.
You know,
all these people saying he's going to go to WWE. He's going to go to AEW. No, he's going to TNA.
If Okada goes to TNA, then it truly means to me that he's still learning English, and somebody took advantage of him. Someone took advantage of him and said, "Okay, this is WWE," and just sent TNA on the contract.
Just scribbled it on it. Oh man! And speaking of Okada and all these decisions that might happen, there's two things I found out. For whatever reason, Dominic Dijakovic decided to tweet out saying, "I don't want to see Okada at NXT. He sucks." And then the other thing I found out was his wife is actually like way more famous in Japan than he is. She's like a voice actress. She's been on all these anime different shows, and like I guess what was trending was the fact that if he leaves, they don't want to see her leave as well. I think he's going to AEW. If I'm being honest, I think the rumor was TK already said, "Hey, we'll sign you, but you can still live in Japan," which he kind of does with Pac. So it's like
and Ibushi
as well. So the best of both worlds there. Zach, is it a foregone conclusion? Are we getting Okada in AEW?
I think so. I think what you just said is the big deal right there. He can stay living in Japan. So I mean, yeah, if you let people kind of like be free and do whatever they want, I mean that's why Nick Nemeth is going to be so successful in TNA, in my opinion, is because he has that freedom. So I think AEW is the place where he's going to go.
You heard that, Eric? You go to TNA to be free, man.
you go to TNA when you go to TNA when you know you got bills to pay and you don't mind degrading yourself. It is the one. It's the. Let me not get demonetized.
I think that Palworld might have us there.
Yeah.
Oh man, check out TNA every Thursdays, man. And after this Saturday, check out our Saturday stream. We'll be streaming the Royal Rumble. After this Saturday, Eric will be watching TNA next week, man. He'll have to. I'm very excited when Cody gets thrown over. I've never rooted against Cody this much in my life.
The crazy thing is when Cody wins it 2 times in a row and people are shocked, the internet's inflamed, the keyboard warriors are all, "Oh, this is what WWE's doing nowadays. They're giving Cody Rhodes, a grandson of a plumber, 2 wins in a row." I'm going to say that I called it. I called it from day one because the EVP is going to bring home the W for his CEO.
You know, Eric, Walmart's getting rid of physical media just like Best Buy. I'm going to drive to one tonight, put my gas mask on, go to their DVD section, and find the Best of Dixie Carter collection for you to watch after the Rumble this weekend.
I demand to watch Hogan and what the Nasty Boys. I forgot what the
No, please stop. Please stop. Do not mention that. Do not mention that.
Knobs and
you know what? Actually, and if Cody wins, I want no more TNA mention on this channel. If Cody manages to do it,
you know what? Lock it in, man. Lock it in. If
you
Cody wins, Eric will be watching TNA. If Cody wins for a week, we will not talk about TNA Impact. Lock it in. 3 weeks.
Deal. 3 weeks. I don't want you any TNA.
Let's do it.
Y'all saw it here. I'm doing this for y'all, by the way, because in those 3 weeks, when you guys are like, "Man, I wish you would talk about TNA," you're gonna be like, "Man, actually, I feel better." Going cold turkey, it's gonna be like going through withdrawal at first, but y'all gonna feel free. Y'all gonna feel a TNA leave your veins. You're gonna be clean. That's the Just Us League motto.
Hey man, it's not a drug.
Shit,
but actually, it feels like a drug, man. Injected in my veins, that total nonstop action. You'll feel the impact.
Oh my God! Don't let them hear you say that. Don't give them ideas.
Zach, you know what? I want to put this out there too. We get Eric a lot of slack for being a TNA hater, but okay, man, you might be a TNA hater too.
Who, me?
You might have a little hate for TNA in your blood.
I just hate everything. I'm old and I have a back problem. I hate every damn thing.
Oh man! But you know he doesn't hate what's going to be on streaming services soon. That Beverly Hills Cop coming very soon.
Yes. Cannot wait.
Might have to do a review of that when it drops, man.
I will do it for sure. I'm working on finding out if the premiere is going to be here in Hollywood or Beverly Hills or wherever they're going to do it around here and get us some press passes. So even if Eric, you got to fly in a plane, I'm gunning for 3 press passes if I find out where it is, and I think I know where it is. So I'll just kind of keep bugging them.
Sounds like a plan.
Eric says, sounds like a plan. Banana on the tailpipe. John Cena's not going to be at Mania, so prime time. Can wait till he's 50 and he chokes on his Centrum Silver.
Prime time. He didn't think Shane McMahon was going to be at Mania last year, but he was there. Everything good comes eventually.
And we see how that turned out.
Yeah, you know what? My stomach knew he was coming. That's why I had to go to the bathroom.
Couldn't time it any better.
But Randy Orton did say his dream match, one last dream match, would be him and Cena for the WWE Championship at Mania. And I don't know why he still thinks that's a hot match, but keep dreaming, pal.
He can play that on 2K24.
Exactly. That's what Stone Cold said about the Rock match that people were asking about. If he can do the Rock.
Oh, I got Stone Cold news.
Oh.
I got big Stone Cold news.
Breaking news.
If you got one more slide, go for it. I gotta piece together how to say this.
All right, we got one more slide to go. So if you guys have been listening, we got Zach with breaking news on Stone Cold. He also has a Royal Rumble announcement to end the show. Yes, you're right, Black Galley. It has been a great show. The band is all here together. Me and Eric will take this over while Zach gets that one prepared. But games, this is another one for pop culture real quick, because there's a lot of games coming out this year, but in the next few weeks, or even out now. Prince of Persia and the Lost Crown. I put this one here especially for Zach, because I had watched a stream. Check out Zach's stream, rage stream of the Prince of Persia on the channel right now. I was in tears. I was in tears. And I'm hearing this game's actually a really good game. It's getting 8 on IGN, a few other sites.
It was a great mobile game, Knock. It was a great mobile game.
The second I saw Ubisoft original, I was like, yeah, this is shit.
Ubisoft has been terrible these past 5 to 7 years. They were great a decade ago, but I think they might have been on something here.
I mean, they've lost my faith, dude. They're making a fucking Assassin's Creed Black Flags based pirates game. How long after Black Flags been out, and it's not anywhere near good.
It's not. At Ubisoft, and that game has gotten delayed at least 5 times by now. I thought it was canceled at this point because it was announced maybe 2018, 2019, somewhere around there. So it's been a long time for that game. I forget what it's called, but
shit, I forgot, because I mean, there's a real pirate game. Yeah, you're right. Skull. It was something generically piratey.
Yeah, exactly.
They're hey guys, what are we gonna name our fucking game? Booty, sails, pirates, Skull and Bones. Let's go with that.
Yeah, I just don't get that. That's the copy and paste studio. They were so great, man, with the original Assassin's Creeds, the Far Cries, and then they just stopped trying, I guess, and started doing whatever. We're supposed to get another Prince of Persia game though, an actual fully fledged AAA Prince of Persia, but that's in the woods. So we got this one. So I guess I'll settle for this. Along with that, Tekken 8, one of the greatest fighting games to come out, has a new installment. Tekken 8. People are very excited for this, man. The fighting game genre is back in action.
I streamed the demo. It's actually a really fluid game. So if you want to watch me stream that, just watch the first half. The second half is all you play with the fucking Bitmojis and it's a waste of time. But the first, it looks like a fun game.
So yeah, keep an eye out for Tekken 8. Prince of Persia's out. The Suicide Squad, man. I forget. I think Zach brought it up. AEW has not promoted a good game yet. So I know it goes in here. It's great. Rocksteady, not Rocksteady. Yeah, Rocksteady. They're no Batman Arkham games, but they dropped the ball and Eric got burned on Gotham Knights. I don't know who's still working there from the old days, but this game looks terrible.
I will throw in when Gotham Knights wasn't the same people. It was different group.
I think it was the people that made the Arkham Origins, that team, because that was a separate team that made the rest of the trilogy.
Yeah, so that's why going into it, I really wish they flipped the teams. The Arkham people made Gotham Knights and vice versa. But yeah, I hate the fact that I'm gonna buy this game. I really fucking hate it. But it's live to service. But I have to give it a try, and I'm gonna be mad when I do. I'm gonna hate the fact that I'm paying $69.
You can pay $69 to play an Elseworlds Joker that uses the fucking Penguin's weapon as a glider.
Well, that will look terrible. He's a free player, but he looked terrible.
So goddamn stupid.
I know he's from a Brainiac Elseworlds that gets released, but why is he using the Penguin's thing? Like, do you not aware? This is like, people complain about people who wear like pink and black in wrestling. It is someone else's gimmick. There's ways to get. Don't use the Penguin's gimmick as the Joker's.
Yeah, this is. I mean, also I'm buying it for 3 reasons. One, Gotham Knights was so bad, I have to put my faith in the original Arkham team. 2, I'm really sorry, I forgot his name right now, but the voice of Batman.
Kevin Conroy.
Thank you. His last voice acting performance. And 3.
Oh, he's in here?
Yeah, he's the voice of Batman.
Okay.
And 3, I need a good multiplayer like Batman game. Gotham Knights was not it. You could. It's basically free on Game Pass. It's free on PlayStation Plus. It's free everywhere. You can fucking play it. But it's just sad. It's really sad to play.
Yeah, I desperately like. I'm really pissed off with gaming right now, man. I've been wanting to play a good Batman co-op game with somebody online. That'd be like amazing. Like, why can't we put that out there? The other thing that pissed me off was Naughty Dog, which is my favorite game studio of all time. They had canceled Factions 2. Factions 1 on the original Last of Us was amazing, and they've just been kind of like not really doing much in the gaming realm with new games. They've been remaking all their games. I think we lost Zach for a bit there. He'll be joining us back soon, but man, Eric, if you could have played the Last of Us co-op, I don't know how to describe how good this could have been if they would have done that. They scrapped so much with this, and the fact that they like kind of teased us for a bit. It was supposed to be in the original game that came out in 2019? No, it was 2020. Then they said, "Oh, the Last of Us 2 is too big. We'll work on the multiplayer some other time. We'll delay it."
Right.
Delayed it. They when Sony bought Bungie came in to consult them to make the Last of Us Factions a live service game. Then they said, "Oh, it's not good enough to be live service. You have to keep working on it." So then they got put on ice. And then Bungie lost a lot of money with Destiny because they don't know what they're doing. So now we're listening to people who don't know what they're doing. And then Naughty Dog was like, we put so much resource in this, we can't keep doing it. We have to work on other stuff. Then they just flat out canceled it. So we've been waiting for 4 years to get this multiplayer. And then you put the game out in 2020. You remade the game this year, and we still don't have the fucking multiplayer? Are you kidding me? I've been waiting a decade for this. I was in school when this game came out, and I've been waiting for this sequel to come out, and it still hasn't been here. So right now, I'm a little pissed off at multiplayer games. I've been trying to find a multiplayer game, man, but it's been a struggle.
I'm not gonna lie. That sounds. I think I'm glad I wasn't part of that fan base. That would have driven me crazy. That actually that sounds like I don't think I could do that and be waiting for GTA.
It's unbelievable, man. Yeah, Last of Us came out the same year as GTA. It was the same year. That was a hell of a year for gaming, by the way.
Yeah, it was.
But I can't believe that they betrayed me like this, man. But I think we teed it up there. I see some people in the chat. Black Alex waiting for Destiny 3. I think my boy Missile Power. I'm just here for Final Fantasy Rebirth, waiting for the FF remake, and can't wait for the game to come out and watch the live streams. Yeah, do that, buddy.
Hey, man, they need your support. Don't you stop. Keep the streak going.
Keep people paid.
Exactly. Did you play the Final Fantasy VII remake?
I did. It's great. I didn't finish it, but I got pretty far. I forget what chapter I'm on, but I had played the original a little bit, and then when I played this remake, I was very excited for it.
It's not though. Sorry, go ahead.
I would say I'm not the biggest Final Fantasy fan, but I don't play all the games. But the ones that like I'm familiar with are like 6, 7. I played a little bit of 8, and that's really it. The other ones, like the new ones, I have not really touched.
They, if I remember correctly, maybe I'm thinking of the different thing, but the Final Fantasy VII remake was only like the first half of the game, right?
Yeah, so that's another one. So I forget what year it was, but they had announced they were making the Final Fantasy remake, and then everyone's reacting, going crazy at E3, and then they cut to the guy who's in the crowd is going to make it, and he had no idea he was making the remake. So then they finally started to work on it, and it was just too ambitious to like do the whole game. So they said, "We'll break it up into parts." Originally, the way they presented it was like, remember like Telltale games? It was going to be like episodes.
Yeah.
Zach is killing me, man. Zach wants his screen time. Hold on. There you go, buddy. Originally, it was going to be like the Telltale episodes, but I guess it just took so long. So they just said, we'll just break it up into parts. So Final Fantasy Remake is the first part of the game where you don't even really leave that one area. Final Fantasy Rebirth is going to be the second half of the game. I think we're getting 3 parts.
Okay. Okay. I don't think I bought the first one, so I'm gonna wait for the second one to be. I'm not buying one game broken into 3. I'm not.
Hey, that's what game has become now, man. We had all this, and I think it was like 2 discs, the original Final Fantasy VII. But hey, it all came out at the same time. Now gaming is like, we'll put one part of this here. You gotta wait a few years to get the rest.
It's crazy because I mean, a part of me sympathizes because I'm like, okay, the graphics have improved, gameplay's improved, like it's all amazing, but also, fuck, guys, like times are tough.
Don't get me wrong, it's great. The games are great, but like you might be waiting like 10 years to literally finish this whole game.
Oh, it's fucking crazy.
I think we're ready for Zach though, unless you have anything else, Eric.
Nah, let's hear what he's got.
And then if you guys have any other thing from the gamings that I might have missed, let me know if there's any new games you guys are looking forward to. But Zach, take it away.
Okay, so this isn't guaranteed. Nothing is like set in stone, but this is before the dirt sheets get a hold of anything. I just thought I'd piece some things together here. So I know some people that work on Stone Cold Takes on America, that show that he did where he traveled around and did different things.
Okay.
He was presented with a WrestleMania match last year. He was filming the show while he was doing it. He tried to work out on the van or on the RV that he goes around on, but he couldn't physically like get back into ring shape because, like you guys know, you guys have been in the ring. Ring shape is different from just kind of like working out kind of shape. Yeah. So he declined doing the match last year at WrestleMania 39. Just so you know, like he literally went around in an RV. He drove the RV. He didn't get pampered into like a separate bus or anything like that. He drove in his RV to wherever they stopped into that show week to week. So he was like actually living the show. So he's good shit. So
yeah.
I know people that worked on the show that told me that it is not coming back, but it may come back after April.
Wow.
So put that into what it is. He could just come back and do, like a WrestleMania 30 spot with other legends at WrestleMania 40. But from what I know from people who cut footage from that show and how he talked and how he actually was trying to get into ring shape, they have, you go through hours of footage and it's him even talking to the cameraman and other people like, I want to be doing this and do this. And I can't do this kind of move if I don't practice this and whatever. The fact that they're not doing it, but it may come back after April, tells me he may be a surprise WrestleMania appearance. I do not think he's going to be a surprise in the Rumble, but I wouldn't put it past them if he was a surprise to set up kind of a lower tier feud to have some kind of a match at WrestleMania. But that's just what I know from the show not coming back, but it could come back. Their date to figure out if it is right after WrestleMania. So that's from what I know about Stone Cold possibly being at WrestleMania 40.
Man, I think that's our first exclusive.
That could, I could see him popping up then.
So let us know in the comments. Let us know who you want to see Stone Cold face. If he has a short window of time, if he has been getting ready for past, it has to have been at least a while now that he's been trying to get ready to get in shape. If he has been presented with the WrestleMania 40 appearance, who do you want to see him face? If you guys got any opinions, just someone above like the Austin Theory, Grayson Waller level for me.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, would have to be a heel, but I wanted to be like that athletic heel, someone who could really carry the match.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ah, man. That's a tough one to think about.
Because at 40, for him to come back, this could be his final match. He's not one to make like a big pomp and circumstance of his final match, but I think he understands the importance to maybe him and wrestling fans to have a final match at a big number like 40.
Yeah. I think Kevin Owens would have been the best person. I know they already had that match, but I think if they did that here, it would have been really good.
Yeah.
I can't think of anyone else right at the top of my head.
I've got one that's going to piss people off.
I don't want to see Shayman, man.
Oh, don't say
Oh,
it.
that would be amazing. That would be amazing. But I've got one worse. He's young, he's athletic, he's a heel, and I think he would yes, I think he would advertise the shit out of this match, and he could flop around in the ring enough for Stone Cold to hit a stunner. He could take punches, he could take bumps. I think they could train Logan. If they start him right now, they could train him to carry that match. Just focus on nothing but this match.
I like him, but I don't think he could. That's a lot of trust you got to put in for him to carry it, because he usually has to be the one getting carried through the matches.
I feel like like I said, like if he, like we remember, like NXT used to be like great matches, but because those people would practice those matches nonstop, I think if they just tell him this is all you're gonna do leading up to Mania, he could have a well-rehearsed match, and I think he brings in eyes from the outside, especially people who like know Stone Cold. He'd be like, "Hey guys, remember that guy? I'm about to fight him."
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could do the safe bet with the Miz. I just don't think the excitement's there for Logan Paul, and then he's not going to put Logan Paul over if he's a part-timer.
That'd be crazy.
Oh, I fully want Logan to take the L, but also I know Miz is doing great work right now, but I still don't get excited for him, especially as a face.
Yeah, that's not really working.
He's in a weird spot. Maybe an NXT run that kind of saves some people sometimes. I know it might be a little step down for him, but he's got to switch it up a little bit, I think.
Yeah.
Let's know to Mr. All Power Stone Cold versus Bad Bunny versus Logan Paul and Booker T in a fatal 4-way or what? That's kind of
might be a tag.
No, 2 separate matches, I think he's saying.
Oh. Okay, so out of curiosity, who do you think would do better at carrying the match, Logan Paul or Bad Bunny?
Probably Logan Paul.
Logan Paul.
I'll be honest there, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe Damian. Let's just, if Damian Priest isn't going to go for a title at Mania, then let's just get Damian that big spot.
And Finn's not doing anything.
That's true.
Finn's contract's almost up too.
It'd be a good last match for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He could do the job. Or you know what? When in doubt, call AJ Styles.
Oh, that's true. That'd be a good one.
And my boy Taker all packing. TNA original, retired the great Undertaker. Love to see it. Love to see it.
I can't wait for the next 3 weeks. I can't wait for this.
Oh man, it's been a great episode, guys. Thank you everyone for jumping in. We're gonna be back here for 4 hours, 5 hours of the Royal Rumble on Saturday. It's gonna be a party.
This was just a warm up. If you thought this was long,
we're very excited to see everybody.
Get ready. Are you guys ready? I had so much free time on my hands.
Man, I
had to create something.
Milk. I'm bringing all the fruit snacks. Let's get crazy. Shout out to everyone in the 2K24 cover, Rhea, Bianca, Cody. Shout out to Tina Impact, Trinity, and Jordan Grace. Avatar's back to be out. The Rock is on the board. There's so much going on, man. I'm very excited. TNA is back up.
I'm so tired of this TNA. Anyways, Zach, show us what you got.
Okay, so get ready for the Royal Rumble. This is a little package I put together. I'm going to pop it up on Twitter and other places to advertise to get people in. And if you have friends, get them in the door here for the Rumble. Let's have a big old party this Saturday with all 3 of us live. We got a lot going on. And I made a little commercial for it.
Oh, okay.
Whoa, wait a minute. That's not it. That's not it. All right, hold on.
We're in full control. This is all planned.
All right, here we go.
It's time for the West Coast POPCast live Royal Rumble watch party. Your interaction all night with discussion segments, trivia, and during both Rumble matches, the Rumble lottery, and drinking game.
Yeet.
30 women, 30 men, 3 electrifying hosts, and you.
There we go.
Hey.
Give him his flowers. That was amazing.
The Rumble is this Saturday. Your boys are back in town, man. Zach has been putting into work. Can he win a Rumble? I don't remember. Zach, do you have a Rumble win?
Shut up.
I'll put you over. I'll put you over. I was saying, watch Zach, the main man, get a first Rumble win.
He deserves a Rumble win, but I don't pick the winners. I just happen to keep winning. So,
Hey, Eric doesn't pick the winners because I pick the winners. I'm going for back to back. I'm trying to win another Rumble, man, and go all the way to Mania and take back the Infinity Belt. That hasn't been defended in how many days, man? You think you're Roman? Don't you show up to work half the time? Don't defend the belt?
Hey, the only back-to-back winner we're getting is Cody.
Oh, man. Thank you, everybody in the chat, man. Really appreciate you guys. Like Zach said, we're getting very close to 2,500 subs. That is super exciting because last year we didn't have 1,000. But you guys are all joining us, jumping apart, being a part of the community. The shorts have been going crazy. Check out Zach's shorts, man. It is on fire. They're just blowing in the wind. The polls are going crazy. The channel's on fire, man. So keep an eye out. Infinity Champion Justice League. Any final thoughts?
You know what? It's been a minute since I said it, but make sure you guys stay wet out there. Stay hydrated. That's how we flop better, by staying wet. And by subscribing, that's how you get this great A+ level content. It helps us out. Leave a comment when this video is done. We check all the comments. Even if you watch an old video and you comment, we always check them out. So
X-Men.
Nah. They know about the X-Men. Y'all know to check it out. You guys already know.
I thought you were teeing that up, and I was like, oh, not again.
Yeah, you guys already know. But yeah, thank you all for supporting us.
Man, hour 40. Zach, any final thoughts?
Oh, just join us for the Rumble. It's just a fun time. If you're sitting at home, it's just a fun time hanging out. That's all it is. And we just want to hear from you and get your chats in there because it's a big interactive show. And also check out my Madam Web short. It can cross 10 views tonight.
Yes, sir. 10 more views than we had yesterday. But Madam Web, they're gonna need all the help they can get.
Yeah. To be fair, you did pick a Sony property, and we know Sony don't sell when it comes to their Spider-Man universe.
They're I'm not gonna get into it, but they are the lead winner. Sony, PlayStation, TNA Wrestling.
Didn't win the Game Awards.
We were robbed once again. Phantom X, Mr. All Power, Black Alec, Noob and Co. West Coast Popcast, our poppers. See you Saturday for the Royal Rumble. Peace out, y'all.
Stay wet.